Now, during last night's town hall, Bernie Sanders was asked by one of his supporters if he would convince them to back Hillary Clinton if he loses. Here was Bernie's response.
Many of your supporters are staunchly opposed to Hillary Clinton and are considering writing you in, voting for a third-party candidate, or not voting at all if you don't win the nomination. I believe you will win the nomination and the presidency, but if you don't, will you encourage your supporters to vote for Secretary Clinton?
Dave, thanks for the question. And let me answer it in this way. First, I think it is, we're not a movement where I can snap my fingers and say to you or to anybody else what you should do, because you won't listen to me. You shouldn't. You'll make these decisions yourself. I think if we end up losing, and I hope we do not, and if Secretary Clinton wins, it is incumbent upon her to tell millions of people who right now do not believe in establishment politics or establishment economics, who have serious misgivings about a candidate who has received millions of dollars from Wall Street and other special interests.
Exactly. He's right. We don't owe her a vote. And that's what it comes down to. She should have to work for it. We don't owe her. We don't owe the Democratic Party. You know who they owe? They owe us. They owe us by giving us something to vote for. Remember, they're trying to court us. They need our votes. We don't owe them a goddamn thing. They owe us everything because we're the ones who keep them in power. We're the ones who keep voting for them. So they should maybe be trying to court us. Maybe I'm crazy, but that's the way it's supposed to be. And look, I think for too long, both political parties have taken their voters and their bases for granted. And you know how they do that? Us or that crazy guy. Hillary Clinton right now is vote for me, or you're going to get Trump. Or you're going to get Trump. Do you want Trump? That's how you get Trump, by not voting for me. Well, what the hell kind of choice is that? We're not voting for you. We're voting against the asshole. The crazy asshole that's a bigot and a racist wears a ferret on his head. That's not a choice. That's a terrible choice. But that's what they do. We're not going to give them anything to vote for. We're not actually going to give them universal health care, something that they want, or a public option that's been super popular, or expand Social Security. No, we're going to give them a choice. It's us or that guy. That's bullshit. That is an absolute bullshit. I don't like that at all. They need to give us something to vote for. Look, here's the thing. As I said, they all take, for the most part, these parties take us for granted, right? Now, Obama did something interesting. See, he knew this was coming, that people were sick of that we were catching on. So what he did is says, no, I got it. Hope and change. We're going to give you hope and change. Vote for me, and it's not just going to be me versus that asshole. No, I'm going to change the way Washington works. I'm not going to play the same old Washington games, just a little bit better. Well, we all know how that turned out, right? And yes, we got some progress under Barack Obama, and that's great. People got health care under Obamacare, and not only that, but the insurance companies got a little bit richer, but hey, that's how Obama works. A little bit for you, and a lot for them. Okay, that's sort of the same way that Hillary Clinton works. But Hillary Clinton, she's running on a platform of no change. It will bring the very same system. And look, for some people, no change is exactly what they want. Well, I don't want a revolution, I want a president. One of those famous interviews by Jordan Sheridan, who's a TYT Network reporter. I don't want a revolution. I don't want to change. Some people are fine with that. Now, I happen to want change, and I happen to think that America's in desperate need of actual change, of actual systemic change, and we're going to push for it, with or without a president that agrees. You think if Hillary Clinton gets elected that we're going to stop pushing for change? That we're just going to go away? No, fuck no. We're going to continuously be the thorn in her side, telling her, you need to be more of a progressive. You need to make more progressive choices. That's what we're going to be. And now on that, if Bernie Sanders were to lose, there would be a few issues that she could pledge to take on that would make him a little bit more comfortable calling for us to support her And I'm going to show you that clip of what they are.
She has got to go out to you and to millions of other people and say, yeah, I think the United States should join the rest of the industrialized world and take on the private insurance companies and the greed of the drug companies and pass a Medicare for all. I think that, says Secretary Clinton, that for the young people in this country, you should not have to leave college $30,000, $50,000, $70,000 in debt, because we're going to make, as many other countries around the world do, public colleges and universities tuition free. I think Secretary Clinton is going to have to explain to millions of young people and a lot of other people that climate change is a real crisis and incrementalism is just not going to solve it. And she is going to have to come on board and say, yeah, I know it's hard, but I am going to take on the fossil fuel industry and pass a carbon tax. So the point that I am making is, it is incumbent upon Secretary Clinton to reach out not only to my supporters, but to all of the American people with an agenda that they believe will represent the interest of working families, lower income people, the middle class, those of us who are concerned about the environment, and not just big money interests.
All right, so there's some conditions there, right? Now, of course, all you're seeing, all I'm seeing in the media as of late, is I can't believe he put some conditions out. How dare he? How dare he say that he should get his supporters to support the other campaign by putting on conditions? Only if he puts on conditions. Well, you know what? Hillary Clinton actually heard about this after the Bernie Sanders town hall, since he went first, and she actually had this to say.
I spent an enormous amount of time convincing my supporters to support him. And I'm happy to say the vast majority did. That is what I think one does. That is certainly what I did, and I hope that we will see the same this year.
That was June 7th, 2008, when you got out of the race and endorsed President Obama. June 7th, 2016 will be the California primary.
Right.
This year. Is that when you, if you're ahead in the vote, if you're ahead in pledged delegates?
I am ahead. I am way ahead on the vote. On June. No, wait a minute. Look, I have the greatest respect for Senator Sanders, but really, what he and his supporters are now saying just doesn't add up. I have 2.7 million more votes than he has. I have more than 250 more pledged delegates. I'm very proud of the campaign that we have run and the support we have gotten. And of course, we're going to work together. As I said, I share a lot of the same goals. We are going to work together. But I am ahead. And let's start from that premise while we talk about what happens next, okay?
I'm way ahead. I'm way ahead. I'm so far ahead. Don't forget that I'm ahead. I'm winning. I'm actually winning this time. Don't forget that. Okay, don't forget. Let's start from there. I'm winning. Okay, I get it. I get it. Okay, you're ahead. But no, she's trying to say, look, this thing's over. It's not over. She still needs 954 delegates to win. Bernie Sanders needs about 1,229. Now, it is not an insurmountable lead, right? Is it difficult? Absolutely. He's got to win some big states by some big margins, right? Pennsylvania, Maryland, California. Those would do it. Those would get him probably pretty close to the nomination. Those are some big states. Now, there's another thing that's actually also becoming more likely, and that would be that she might not get the 2,382 delegates needed to win. If Bernie Sanders keeps at least tying or doing better than that in the remaining states, that could lead to a contested convention. And that's always possible. Now, if she routes Bernie Sanders tonight, it might be over, at least for that. Now, that doesn't mean we're all going to go home, right? No. We're going to fight on, and Bernie Sanders is going to fight on all the way to the nomination. And look, we're going to fight to make sure that Hillary Clinton knows that we're not going away, that the call for a more progressive America continues. Now, I think when it comes to Bernie supporters supporting Hillary Clinton, I think it's too late for a lot of them. Given her and the Democratic Party's treatment of us and the policies that we're fighting for. And that's what this whole thing's about. The question is, why would we give allegiance to a candidate that actually doesn't want to fight for our priorities? That's what we're asking. Now, as for Clinton, when she suspended her campaign in 2008 to President Obama, to candidate Obama at that point, she says she never asked for anything, right? I'll bet that she did. Maybe a position at the Secretary of State. It's not like it's uncommon for a politician to ask for a political favor. I mean, come on. She could have still made his job very, very difficult in order to get the nomination. But she quit. Now, here's where Bernie's different. He didn't ask for a cabinet position. He's not asking for that. He's not asking for an appointment. He's not asking for a special favor. All he asked Clinton is to promise to fight for us and progressive priorities. Now, her answer was pretty unfortunate. Why should I? I'm winning. I'm ahead. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. It's a bit of a condescending answer, right? Why should I ever do what progressives want me to do when I'm winning? And let's not forget that she's winning in a lot of places that had closed primaries, that kicked out and left out independents, made it harder for people to vote. And don't forget Arizona. Don't forget New York with some of the most strict rules for voting in the primary. The fuckery in Arizona, electoral fuckery in a lot of different places. That ended up with, well, Clinton taking home more delegates and a lot of independents and even Democrats that were switched to a different party, them not getting to vote. Maybe that has a little something to do with some of your lead, at least. But no, why should I adopt progressive principles when all I want to do is run to the center? And that's okay because I'm winning. I'm winning. If that does not say something about the arrogance of Hillary Clinton, I don't know what will.